Hello, it's Vlogmas day 10. It's almost noon here, but I've had a very lazy morning. I'm on my second cup of coffee. Switched over to some decaf. I don't usually drink decaf coffee, but I am attempting to pare down the amount of caffeine I'm consuming per day. I've recently switched to a few more decaf teas and have tried to limit myself to 1 or 2 cups of caffeinated tea per day and 1 cup of caffeinated coffee. So there we go, second cup of coffee. And I was just doing some journaling. I'm currently writing in this red moleskin, and I've just thrown a sticker on the front there. I think that came with the packaging of a bag that I bought, and I sort of liked that Coach sticker, and so I ended up sticking it right on the middle of the journal there, and I quite like it. But I was doing my journaling, doing some thinking about 2024 and my financial goals for the year, and I've got them all sorted out. And I think one of my goals, along with the financial goals, which I've talked about before in a video about 2024 low buy goals, is going to be to cut back on my caffeine some more. Not that I'm going to go completely caffeine free, but I am sort of thinking about, okay, in January, what if I limit myself to, 1 caffeinated drink a day, and see how that does. Because I've always thought I was, the kind of person who, I'm not affected by caffeine. It doesn't do anything to me. I can, have a cup of tea and go straight to bed. And that's true. I can still, I'll drink a cup of caffeinated tea at like 10 o'clock in the evening and go to bed at 11 and fall right to sleep and not seem to be any the worse for it. But I do notice lately, if I don't have my cup of coffee right in the morning, I'm like, oh, is that a bit of a headache coming on? I don't get headaches. I've never had headaches in my life until the last couple of years, where I do have a bit of a mild headache, mainly a sinus headache. But I do wonder if, it's the age catching up with me. I'm about to be 30 this coming year, and I've realized I can't do the alcohol anymore, because it just affects my physical and mental health far too much. And maybe my caffeine habit is going to have to take a bit of a hit too. And I'll sort that out in the new year. And maybe even going caffeine free for a couple of weeks and see how that makes me feel. And, if it's significantly better, I might do as my mom has done ever since I was a kid. My mom went caffeine free years and years ago. Just because she was finding it was negatively affecting her. And she doesn't do, coffee. She doesn't do tea with caffeine in it. She doesn't even do chocolate. She's cut out that much caffeine in her life. And not saying I'm going to, quit my coffee forever, because I know even decaf coffee has a little bit of caffeine in it. But I'm thinking it might be good to try it out. I've cut out, for the most part, alcohol in the last year. Every once in a while I'll have a drink or two, but I do find I pay for it the next day, not because I feel, horrendously hungover, but I find that even a couple of drinks ends up, negatively affecting my mood for like an entire week, and it negatively impacts my digestion. And I'm just realizing this is not a very happy Vlogmas check-in, and I'm just sitting here showing you my journal for 4 minutes straight. All I really meant to do here was show you my coffee and my journal, and I wasn't going to show my face because I'm still lounging here on the sofa. Not really dressed. Well, I'm dressed, but not dressed to be seen. I'm wearing jeans and the same sweater I wore to bed last night, and my hair is brushed, but I don't have my earrings in, and I don't feel fully dressed unless I've got earrings in. So you probably will never see me on camera without my earrings in. Okay, there we go. I've got my earrings in, so now I can be presentable on camera. But I just took a sip of this decaf coffee, and it is absolutely delicious. It's just the Nescafe espresso decaf, and I've sort of shied away from decaf coffees in the past because they tend to be weaker tasting, and they just taste a little bit off. But this one sort of tastes kind of good, and I think I definitely drink it again. I'm definitely going to make it through the canister of the instant. I'm sort of still in an instant coffee phase here because it's just so much more convenient to make, and I don't have to take care of the grounds and cleaning out the coffee cone and everything after. But there we go. That is some good coffee. So yes, there it is. If you're looking for a good instant decaf coffee, this Nescafe Gold Espresso decaffeinated blend with crema. Oh, that's why it tastes good, because they've added some cream in there. I don't think I even want to know what the ingredients are. Okay, it just says roast and ground coffee, so maybe there's not anything too suspicious in there. That's sort of the draw of, real coffee as opposed to instant. Knowing exactly what you're getting, knowing it's just going to be whole coffee beans. But no, I'm pretty happy with this stuff, and I'd continue drinking it. But I had started my day with some of this Nescafe hazelnut instant coffee. And I know I had finished a canister of this last weekend. The packaging was different, and I was concerned when I saw it, because I'm like, am I sure this is my coffee? Have they changed it? But no, it says limited edition design, so I don't know if this is some sort of, fun holiday thing they've done, but then again, it doesn't look very holiday-like. It seems to be flowers and whatnot, but tastes as good as ever. And I know I said I was going to drink my other caffeinated espresso instant coffee before I bought more of the hazelnut, but I just found that it wasn't as good as the hazelnut, and so I needed more of the hazelnut. And while I was buying the hazelnut, I got some of the decaf, sort of to start my reduction of caffeine intake. And I've got some delicious, I'm not sure whether these are clementines or tangerines or mandarins, some delicious tiny oranges to eat later today. So, in an interesting turn of events, Canada Post delivered on a Sunday. I knew that they did extended delivery hours in December for the Christmas rush, but I had no idea they went so far as to deliver on Sundays. But this is good, because the coffee beans I ordered for my dad for Christmas arrived. This is the Murchie's Winter Roast Arabica bean dark roast coffee. I always get him coffee for Christmas, and in recent years he likes the whole bean stuff because he grinds his own. So that's a Christmas gift, and I can say that because I am 99.9% sure my dad does not watch my YouTube channel. And then it's funny, this should arrive when I was just talking about caffeinated tea, but I had ordered myself the Holiday Tea Loose Leaf collection, which has Christmas tea, Ode to Joy, Earl's Gold, Holiday, and a Holiday Spice. And I don't think I've gotten their Holiday Tea collection before. I think I've gotten some of their Christmas teas in tea bag form, but never this loose leaf box, and that's really pretty. But I think I'm going to enjoy this for the month of December. And what I do with caffeine in January, that's another story. I'm certainly not going to deprive myself of delicious caffeinated teas over the holidays, or when I'm doing my holiday travel. There's no way I'm traveling without my coffee. But let's get this opened up. Oh, this is excellent, because the very first one in here is an herbal tea. There's the Holiday Spice herbal tea, inspired by spiced pomodoro oranges, a caffeine-free rooibos blend with a sweet citrus, aromatic spices, and bright hibiscus. That sounds delicious. I might enjoy some of that this evening. And then we've got Earl's Gold, which is a black tea named for its golden tips, a bold and malty Earl Grey with sweet notes of burnt sugar. The Ode to Joy green and black tea. I'm fairly certain I've had some of this before. I think maybe I had the loose leaf packet just on its own, not in the holiday box. Or maybe the holiday box was different in past years, but I know I've had Ode to Joy, which is a green black tea, a merry blend of aromatic jasmine and apricot makes an enchanting green black tea. And then finally we have the Christmas tea, which is a black tea, a festive blend of rich black tea with cinnamon, cloves, orange, and vanilla, is the quintessential taste of the season. Oh, I think there's a typo, of the teason. No, I don't think that's a typo. I think that's intentional. They've changed season to teason. The quintessential taste of the teason. Celebrate traditions both old and new by sharing this special blend with family and friends. And I am hosting a Christmas tea at my apartment next weekend. But unfortunately, my guests either don't do caffeinated beverages because they cannot, or they just don't like black or rooibos teas. So I will be serving some other herbal teas I have in my cupboard. And I think it's just going to be me enjoying the holiday tea collection. And I don't know if I've gotten the winter roast in the past for my dad. I know I've gotten him a couple of other Murchie's coffees, and sometimes I just buy him the whole bean coffee from the Bridgehead, which is a small coffee chain here in Ottawa. But with the arrival of this coffee, my Christmas shopping is officially complete. And what I'm doing this afternoon is just reading a little bit of Louisa May Alcott's Little Women. This is my Grandma Jane's copy, and I always enjoy reading Little Women and watching the movie adaptations every year about this time. It opens with a Christmas scene, so there's something just absolutely Christmassy about it, even though most of the book doesn't actually take place at Christmas. And I was thinking it's a little bit more of a commitment than reading A Christmas Carol, but I was sort of toying with the idea of reading Little Women aloud here on the channel. Now that I've finished my readings of A Christmas Carol, I filmed the final reading of A Christmas Carol, Stave 5, yesterday evening, and I've uploaded it and set it to premiere on Tuesday at 10 a.m. But I'm thinking I might want to do another Christmas-like reading here on the channel, and Little Women might be a good choice. In North America, when you have an edition of Little Women, it's both Little Women and Good Wives, which is technically 2 novels. So I may just read the first novel, Little Women, to start, and see if I'm going to proceed on with what we would consider the full book here in North America, or more specifically the second book, Good Wives. But let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in listening to me read Little Women aloud. And then I just went for a short walk to complete my day. It was about 2 degrees out and made for some pleasant walking.